Glad to have you join us. Now, the topic for the day. As we await the white paper report of the Lagos Judicial Panel on Inquiry on Police Brutality and other related matters, which is in about 6 days, the Minister of Information and Culture, Lai Mohammed, while reacting to the report submitted by the panel, described it as a waste of time and taxpayers' money. The minister also maintained that the notion that soldiers and policemen massacred innocent Nigerians at the Lekki toll gate was false. He further asked relatives of the victims to come forward with evidence, saying that any parent who is afraid to testify about the death of his or her child is not worthy to be called a parent. Now, joining us now via audio call, we have Ayo Ademuluyi, a co-counsel to the NSAT protesters and secretary, Radical Agenda Movement and the Nigerian Bar Associations. Good morning, Ayo. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to be live with you on this program.
Yeah, welcome, Ayo.
Thank you, Ayo. And Ayo, the 9-man panel had in its leaked report alleged that at least nine persons died at the Lekki toll gate. However, the Information Minister, Lai Mohammed, has come up to say that this leaked report, in his words, he called it tales by moonlight and a waste of taxpayers' money, saying that they should have just taken the report from social media rather than sitting for a full year. Now, reaction from social media users and other Nigerians has it that these people are high-profile persons in the society, and coming up to say rubbish them like that in the public is not something to be done for someone of his caliber. So what do you have to say about his statement?
Thank you so much.
All right.
First of all, I would want to say that the press conference addressed by Alhaji Lai Mohammed is not only preemptive, but more or less even jumping the gun. Because if you look at it, even by the Tribunal of Inquiries Law of Lagos State, the governor has received the report, and they have already said they have set up a white paper committee that is going to come up with a white paper. Why is Alhaji Lai Mohammed now preempting the white paper? Or is he trying to suggest to some of us that he has already presented us the white paper already? Because that's what this kind of scenario is already emerging to. Because if we were to go by the statement of General Muhammadu Buhari, retired, that's the president and commander-in-chief of the armed forces of the federal government of Nigeria, he was saying that they were awaiting the white paper of the Lagos state government. Now, who would have expected Alhaji Lai Mohammed, whatever be his opinions, whatever be his articulations and all that, to wait until then? So, but our quick reaction to that, to all the things that Alhaji Lai Mohammed is entitled to any articulation he wants to have. Now, we are standing with the law. There's a tribunal of the Buhari's law. That tribunal was not set up under the mango tree. It was not set up under the apple tree. It was not even set up in the Garden of Eden. It was set up by law, by tribunal of the Buhari's law. And that tribunal stands for a particular period of time by the instrument of law. The report of that panel is at this level a document not only opinions of people, but recommendation of a judicial panel. So it has its own binding effect. But no, we are not new to the lives of Alhaji Lai Mohammed. In fact, it's as if that has become his stock in trade. What is even very surprising to us is that it took him more than 120 hours for his cannons to start firing. So he has become more or less a minister of misinformation. The federal government is not maintaining any representation before that panel. He will not do anything. For them to just rubbish the report of the panel at this point in time is more or less an act of executive recklessness. And that was why we have asked for the president of the Republic of Nigeria, because Muhammadu Buhari, to sack Alhaji Lai Mohammed with immediate effect. He cannot continue to misinform Nigerians. time.
Okay, now, Ayo,
You see,
going by the political and historical antecedents in the Nigerian legal system, do you see the law and justice running its full course in this matter?
Thank you so much for that question. I think it was Kama, the German philosopher, that said the law is the opinion of the ruling class. So that's exactly what is also transpiring in Nigeria today. You discover that despite the report presented by the judicial part of the inquiry set up by Lagos State government, it says that said people died, there was a massacre, even went on to define what the massacre is, even gave copious medical evidence of those causes of death, and even the forensic report and all that. That report now is not going to be rubbish by even the creator of that panel, the Lagos State government, but also the amicus, that's the one we call the local parent, which is the federal government of Nigeria in this situation. Now, what is clear is that for us in the NSAS movement, we know that we cannot obtain justice only on the platter of gold, on the platter of pure law, so to speak, or just within the boardrooms or confines of the court. We want to be very clear that we are on the alert. We are very much on the alert.
Okay.
We are awaiting the white paper.
All right.
But from the insinuations by people like Alhaji Lai Mohammed, even the vituperations of the council to the Lagos State government of the record, that's the duo of it is clear that the white paper is going to be more or less a cleansing, a sanctification of all the people that were indicted by that panel. And any white paper that runs contrary to the express evidence and the report given by that panel are rejected by us.
Okay.
Now, if you ask me, what will be our next step? Our next step will be the question of mass resistance. The question of returning back to the street is not completely ruled out in ensuring justice in these circumstances.
All right. Thank you very much, Ayo.
Thank you, Ayo. For the want of time, we may not be able to continue with your segment, but we appreciate your time with us this morning.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right. All right, Dr. Dayo, while Ayo was speaking, I could see you're bubbling. You really want to say something. Please, kindly be asked what he had to say, or generally what everything that happened.
I was not even bubbling, rather than I was trying to measure his perception vis-a-vis the introduction you made of him to have been part of the NSAS structure. You see, for us to be able to understand things in a better perspective and to remove subjectivity out of what is playing out in our country today, we need to first of all understand the structure of that NSAS. Remember, government was saying NSAS should come out with their leadership for discussion. All right? I remember in those days when we were in the university, whenever we were against the school authority, they will call us for discussion. And some of us will go out. As leaders, we come out. These are our grievances. But nobody has ever come out. That is one. Two, as regards Lai Mohammed, you know, I'm never a fan of Lai Mohammed. Neither will I sit down somewhere. But let us leave that. I will not fault him on this issue. I won't fault Lai Mohammed on this issue.
Why?
Because number one, how did that report escape to the public domain? And those people that brought that report to the public domain, what were they out to achieve? Because it's not supposed to have been in the public domain for now. They're supposed to have just submit the thing to the government, then government will now come out with its white paper. So why is it in the public domain? What are they out to achieve to have brought it to the public domain? And we also had what one of the panelists also said, don't let me mention his name now, that the whole thing still went viral on the social media. Now, you don't throw away the water, the bad water with the baby. More importantly, that I know, those that organize NSAS, I know you ain't going to be happy with what I am saying. I know after this show, you still query me. Those that organize the NSAS, yes, let us NSAS because of brutalities of the police, no doubt about it. But the question is this: the judicial panel that was set up, what were they set up to do? To investigate the actions and inactions during that period, isn't it? To investigate and then come up with facts and figures. What facts and figures have they come up with from what leaked out? What facts and figures have they been able to come out with? The expert on ballistic whatever came out to say, according to that leaked report, that look, if the army had used their high velocity, something that they call it there,
and shot directly.
And shot that, there would have been a kind of